Morning and welcome to Newsviews. I'm Judy Sue. You've heard the call for help and seen people roll up their sleeves to donate blood. But if you have ever wondered who is helped, we want you to meet little Mary Kate. The 5-year-old was diagnosed with a rare type of tumor on her kidney. She is cancer-free and doing well after surgeries, radiation, and more than a dozen blood transfusions. Her school hosted a blood drive to show support for all Mary Kate has gone through. And it's stories like hers that have ABC7 and the American Red Cross teaming up to host the Great Chicago Blood Drive once again this year. And here to talk about all of that, Celena Roldan, the CEO of the American Red Cross of Chicago and Northern Illinois, and Dr. Mack of Lurie Children's Hospital. Good morning to the both of you. I know everybody is really busy setting up and getting ready for the blood drive next week, so thank you for taking the time. I want to start talking about the impact, Celena, of this blood drive. How significant is it for the blood supply here in the Chicago region and beyond?
Yes, so the American Red Cross is responsible for 40% of the nation's blood supply. And we know during the winter months is when we see a critical shortage in blood donation. And so right now we do have a critical shortage and the need is even greater. We know during the winter months, due to vacations, illness, things that happen during December and January, our regular blood donors often have conflicts or challenges in making their regular blood donations. And so it's even more critical to have people become regular volunteer blood donors.
Now, did I hear that across the country it's every 2 seconds that someone is in need of a blood donation?
Every 2 seconds someone in this country needs blood. That's absolutely right.
Wow, that is just, I mean, that need is enormous. Dr. Mack, I want to bring you in and talk about the video that we just saw with a little 5-year-old. We tend to think of blood donations, you know, in times of need, major crises and traumatic injuries, but actually you see patients on an everyday basis who need blood donations.
Yeah, that's correct. So there's a constant need throughout the year, but there's a particular need during the winter time because patients have infections, they have complications from their underlying diseases, and those that donate are busy, like many of us.
So out of everyone who is eligible to donate, actually a small percentage of people who donate blood on a regular basis, why is it so important to continue to grow that donor base, and how does that affect the diversity of the blood supply?
Right, so it's really important to try as best we can to match the blood type of the patient with the donor. And given that Chicago is a diverse community, the more diverse the blood supply, the better we're able to match an ideal blood product for patients in need. Patients who have cancer, patients who have diseases like sickle cell disease, patients who unfortunately get into car accidents, patients who have an imminent surgery or an emergent surgery. There's a constant need. And the more diverse the blood supply for a diverse community like Chicago, the better we're able to meet patients' needs.
Now, Celena, we have continued to grow this blood drive every year. This is what, the 6th year that coming up?
Yes.
Tell us about that, and how have you been able to continue to increase that awareness?
So we are just so incredibly excited about the fact that this is our 6th year. This is the largest one-day blood drive in the country. We're going to be at 4 locations this year. We have a goal of raising, of being able to collect 1,500 units of blood through these, and it really comes from people talking about the blood drive, registering to be a blood donor themselves, and letting people know how critically important blood donation is.
And I know last year we exceeded the goal, so we're hoping to do that this year. You have an app too for people to sign up and register?
Yes, we do have our blood donor app where you actually can go. You just put in your zip code, and it's really easy to find out where your closest blood drive is any other time of the year, but certainly also to be able to make your appointment for the ABC7 Great Chicago Blood Drive.
Okay, a common question I'm sure, Dr. Mack, you get. What about people who say, well, I don't love needles. Can I go and donate? How is it gonna work?
Right. So I think people will be pleasantly surprised that the process itself doesn't take very long. So if you've downloaded the app and you've set up an appointment, you're well on your way. And there are features in the app that will allow you to answer some of the questions that you otherwise may have answered if you presented for the blood drive, and that saves time. And we all recognize that it takes time to give of yourself. But one of the important points is that every pint that's donated has the prospect of saving 3 human beings' lives.
We're going to pause our conversation right here. We're going to come back and talk about exactly, walk you through the process if you're thinking about donating and haven't done so yet. Okay, so we'll be right back with more. Newsviews, I'm Judy Sue. My guests here this morning are Celena Roldan, CEO of the American Red Cross of Chicago and Northern Illinois, and Dr. A. Kyle Mack, a hematologist with Lurie Children's Hospital. We're talking about the Great Chicago Blood Drive and also the need for donations. So we've heard about the impact of this drive. Now we're going to walk you through the process because a lot of people actually have not donated blood, even though they're eligible. I remember the first time I did it when I went off to college. I was so excited. I know that sounds odd, but I felt like it was such a little thing I was doing, but I was saving lives. And that's not an understatement. Dr. Mack, you were just saying 1 unit can save potentially 3 lives.
Yeah, that's right. When you sign up and donate blood, the process is as simple as filling out the health questionnaire, and they'll lie you on a cot. You can put in your headphones, you can play video games on your cell phone.
So your hands are free. I mean, you can, okay.
Your hands are free.
People want to know that.
They will put on a tourniquet, which is a rubber band on your arm,
okay,
and find a good vein. And the needle going into the vein is seamless. It's probably not even the worst part of the blood donation process, quite frankly. And the amount of time that it takes can be as quick as anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes.
Really, the team really has worked very hard to make it seamless and make it comfortable and easy and quick for people.
It really is through our blood donor app, and you're able to, I know next Wednesday I have my appointment. I'll get up in the morning, I'll have a good breakfast. I'll fill out also our Rapid Pass. So we have a Rapid Pass as part of our blood donor app that you're able to do kind of a faster version of your health history in home and then just have it checked once you actually get into your appointment, which makes your appointment go even faster. Okay. So the whole process, start to finish, can be a little bit less than an hour. And really, when you think about an hour and you hear the stories that we hear from people who say, my daughter, my mother, my brother was in an accident, has cancer, needs blood. We were waiting in a hospital for blood that they need. It really, an hour is nothing for people that are able to roll up a sleeve and give.
And now I know you're encouraging everybody to register ahead of time to kind of save yourself time, but you can walk in that day if you happen to have some free time?
Yes, we absolutely encourage appointments, but we do have walk-ins. We'll be at 4 locations this year, which we're really excited about, at the Merchandise Mart, again at the Drake Hotel in Oak Brook, as well as in Vernon Hills, and now this year also in Munster, Indiana. So again, with a goal of wanting to collect over 1,500 units of blood, we need to have every single person consider donating themselves, and also ask family and friends to do the same as well.
Yes, spread the word on social media. That's the other great thing. Share this message. Dr. Mack, I want to ask you a common question. I'm sure you get this a lot. People asking, well, how much blood am I actually giving in that one sitting, that 1 unit of blood, and is it okay? Is it going to affect my health?
Right. Yeah, so it's a good question, and it's fair. So you'll donate about a pint's worth of blood. It's completely safe. Like Celena mentioned, probably makes sense if you're going to donate blood to have a healthy breakfast, drink plenty of fluids. And in terms of after you've donated that pint, again, that pint can affect 3 human lives. And in terms of how you feel after you're done, what's generally recommended is once you're done, you have a drink, juice, cookies, a snack, and you can pretty much leave the cot and go about your day.
And before we go, I just want to ask both of you, you both donate on a regular basis. We saw you last year at the blood drive donating blood. How does it make you feel, especially given what you do when you're there donating blood?
No, I mean, I think, you know, our blood donors are some of our most important volunteers, and that's what they're doing. They're volunteering their time and again, giving of themselves in such a significant way that can help save lives. It's really one of the most important things that I think we can do when we volunteer.
Dr. Mack, for you, when you're making that blood donation yourself?
Yeah, so I would say it's incredibly impactful. I mean, none of us knows what happens next. And when people get into car accidents, certainly they're not planning on getting into a car accident. So I view it as a way to give back to the community that has given back to me. And this is an important way for us to literally give of ourselves.
Very well said. Okay, well, best of luck on Wednesday. We're going to be there with our crews out, getting the word out. So hopefully we exceed that goal once again this year. Thank you to the both of you. So that does it for us for Newsviews. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday. A reminder before we go, the Great Chicago Blood Drive is Wednesday. That's January 15th. There are 4 places where you can go to donate, as Celena mentioned. They are the Merchandise Mart here in downtown Chicago, the Drake Oak Brook Hotel, the Sullivan Community Center in Vernon Hills, and the Center for Visual and Performing Arts in Munster, Indiana. So we are all over the place for you. To register to add a location near you, just call 1-800-RED-CROSS, or you can head to our website, abc7chicago.com. You'll find the link right there. We hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Now let's go back to the news desk.